Howdy, y'all. My name is Nicole Hemphill, and welcome to, what is this, the 7th episode of my podcast, Silence in the Backcourt. Guys, today I have a great guest, my first college roommate, Kiana Anderson, also known as Kiana Anderson. Hey, Kiana, how you doing?
Fine. I'm actually fine.
You're fine?
Yeah, I'm glad to be here in person this time.
Yes, Katie did a Zoom interview with us last time, and so we are so psyched to have her here in person, ready to go. We can get more into detail. Sometimes with Zoom, it's tough to kind of like have a personal connection or like having just like a rapport. There's only so much you can do on Zoom. I know y'all remember the COVID, having classes on COVID. It was hard to have that like in-person connection. So it's really great. Thank you so much for flying in, Kitty.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Kitty. So for the people that didn't get to watch our Zoom interview with us, can you tell me a little about yourself? Like, how old are you? When did you start playing basketball? Where are you from? That was a lot of questions at once. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Well, we're going to start with how old I am, right?
Yes.
I'm 25. I'm from New Orleans, and I started playing basketball in the 5th grade. 5th grade.
5th grade. Okay. And what's the highest level that you've played at? Professional stuff. Yeah, Katie's our first pro to be interviewed. This is the second time, but yeah, that is so exciting. Katie, professional basketball. Did you ever think that you'd be able to get to this point? Or like when you were in the 4th grade, did you ever think, you know what, I want to be a pro baller?
Then, no.
No.
That was not my aspiration. But as time went on, like I had the desires of like going to the WNBA. That changed eventually.
Mm-hmm.
Then once I got into college, went through all that, like, you know what? I think after college, I think I'm done. You know, I was feeling like that as I'm going through because, you know, like, just been through a lot of things, like injuries, the different schools and all of that. It was a lot. And I was like, you know what, I'm tired. I just want a normal life, you know?
Yeah.
And then probably about, I don't want to say my junior year, probably my junior year. I was like, you know what, I think I want to go pro. Like, I think I want to continue to do this because I always felt like my college career was consumed by injury so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I always felt like I had much more left in the tank and I couldn't just leave the game like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm just see about overseas, you know, pursue that. So that's kind of how that happened. And yeah.
And you talk about being consumed by injury and like going to play overseas after. Was it easier or harder to maintain like your body when it comes to like overseas? Injury prevention? Yeah, overseas versus in college.
Yes.
Okay.
Because so I mean, it depends on what country you go to. The resources, we don't have that everywhere. Like how we have here, we're loaded with resources. Like it's like you have access to everything you possibly can have access to. Overseas, no. We barely had a cold tub. Barely. We had a athletic trainer, but she didn't know, like, the knowledge wasn't, it was different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain stuff I asked, like, matter of fact, I asked them, do y'all have chiropractic? She didn't know what that was.
Oh.
So I'm like, yeah, that's a problem. I don't know how long I'm going to last over here, but they did have, like, weight rooms and stuff. So as far as, like, strength, stuff like that, keeping that up, I had access to that.
Okay, but on the medical side of stuff,
no rehab, like none of that, no recovery, like none of that. Like that's probably something I would have probably had to create on my own in a way. I don't know how I would have done that, but no.
Okay.
Not in that country at least, but I had a friend that played in China. They had all of that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just different places have different things,
and probably different standards of like care. I can understand that. So like when you talk about in college, the kind of like resources you had, I remember like we had the Normatex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I love the Normatex. And then the Game Readies. Game Ready was my favorite. What was your favorite in the training room?
I lived in there, so
yeah, I know. Same.
I enjoyed the more hands-on recovery stuff. Like I would do. Matter of fact, my last school, I would get like ultrasound, like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, on your knees.
They used to feel so good. Oh my god.
With the Voltaren gel.
Yeah. On the scraping, just a lot of hands on the cupping. I enjoyed that stuff the most. Norm Tech and all that was cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Because when my knee was like just either had fluid in it or just like aching,
Yeah.
Norma Tech made it feel better. The ice up in the hot tub,
Yeah.
ice of contrast, I liked that.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah. The Norma Tech was cool too, but not too much of a. I didn't feel too much of an effect from it, but we would do it anyways. Just
Right.
I guess for some type of recovery. I don't know what it did for me, but I used to do it.
Hey, you're playing now.
Yeah,
like that's awesome. So when we talk about the difference between college athletics and going to play professionally, obviously there is resources that are different, right?
Mhm.
What about teammates and coaches and like that like locker room kind of culture? How is that different? Just for like
Professionally and
like the difference between the two.
Oh, I would say for professionally, I hated my teammates and coaches. I'll be honest with you. I did not like them.
Strong.
Okay, wait. I don't want to say hate because I don't hate no one, but I strongly disliked them.
Okay.
Professionally.
Okay.
Totally different people from our people here. In college, you go through. I'd have been in 3 different schools, so I didn't experience different people. I would say my second school, I enjoyed those. That was like my favorite team. Period. Like my favorite group to be around. My favorite group to be with. And in my last school, my last year, I really kind of bonding with them, kind of gelled a little bit tighter with them. I don't want to say I'm standoffish because I'm not standoffish, but I'm very to myself. So when I first got there, I didn't really hang out with them or talk to them like outside of practice or anything.
Okay.
But once Lorenz passed, I don't know if I ever told you about him, but when he passed, I was grieving really, really heavy. Yeah. So I was craving like to have somebody.
Like that community.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I kind of like gelled a little bit closer to them from that, just off of my pain. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I did because I got really, really close to them. And I talk to some of them still to this day. They helped me out during that time a lot. And they don't know they did, like, just having their presence around, their presence is just,
So for the most part, you were more close with your teammates in college than, of course, like professionally.
Yeah.
And you kind of felt that community and stuff in college. Was there anything specific that your teammates in college did differently in comparison to your professional teammates?
Okay, I don't want to sound like a a-hole, but they were just normal people. Like, they act like normal people.
Okay. Do you think it was like a cultural thing?
A cultural thing. Like, like, not that those people wasn't normal. Like, there were a few people on my team that I actually did. Like, I could count on one hand and probably not all my fingers. But I would say it's just more family oriented. I don't know. I don't really know what it is, the difference about the two, but just going to a different country, when you go in their country, baby, them people, first of all, them people don't like Americans for real. They don't like Americans. They don't really care for Americans too much. They may not be everywhere, but my experience, just tolerate it. That's it. And they were not welcoming at all. It was just from the jump. It's just like, like as if there was a problem there. And I'm like, I don't know these people. I feel like I'm easy to get along with. I'm a real easy person once you get to know me.
Okay, yeah.
And I was rubbed wrong from the jump. And girl, I do not like those girls at all. Just weird. Weird vibes, weird energy.
Just kind of
not friendly, not welcoming, stuff like that.
Like when you're in America, you kind of felt
it's different. You get what I'm saying?
It's more of like a cultural shock in that you've kind of felt maybe like ostracized or people didn't want to talk to you. Like, that's the kind of weirdness you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, that makes sense. Like off-putting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Wrong vibes. You were getting.
Yes, and I'm like, did you something? And then, but it was crazy though, because towards the end of the season, they started to be very, very nice, act like they liked me. I didn't hang out with them outside of basketball. There have times where they went out, I wouldn't go because I'm here to play basketball. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to hang out with y'all. Y'all already done rubbed me wrong. So in my mind, I don't want to deal with y'all outside of work. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm straight. So
now, was there a language barrier often whenever you played overseas?
No, luckily everybody spoke English. Well, at least on my team. Now that Now, being in the country, they had some people that didn't speak English, but for the most part, like as far as my team and stuff like that, everybody spoke English. So that wasn't hard to actually adjust to with that.
Okay.
Thank God for that, because some people go places and those people don't speak a lick of English and don't understand nothing those people saying.
Yeah.
So that was a good thing, a plus for me. I didn't have to deal with that.
And your coaches spoke English as well?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, you didn't make a good face. So, like, what was that? I'm going to ask you the same question related to the last one in regards to like teammates, right? Your relationships with them. What's your relationship like with coaches and professionally in comparison to your coaches in college? Because that's a different level. Like there's levels to this stuff. So
I think in college, like for me personally, my experience, I don't feel like I had a relationship with none of my coaches all my years of college.
I remember our first one.
Baby, especially not that one. Some coaches just can't connect with their players and don't care to. But I will say my last college, that's something that I wanted. Of course, obviously, I feel like it make your experience much better and easier.
Yes.
I did until I didn't. The last school.
Okay. So
I actually started to figure out and actually get to know those people deeper, you know.
Right.
But and then overseas, I didn't have a relationship with him at all. I actually didn't care for him. It was a lot of reasons why. And the coach I had overseas actually, and not to Debbie down about it, but he had no business coaching that level of basketball, honestly. My teammates, the Lithuanians, they used to tell him what to do. Like, he used to have to tell him what to do. So look, and this is another thing. My playing time depended on whether my teammates wanted me to play or not. Because he would look, I'm telling you, and we wasn't winning. So he would look, you know, he'll just play anybody. It don't matter who it is, but he would not play me.
And were y'all paid based on y'all winning? Or
no. Now we won, like, if we went to playoffs and we won certain rounds or whatever, then you get like bonuses and stuff like that.
Right.
But you have a set salary that you get paid. It depends on what your contract, how your contract written up. Some people's stuff be different. It just, I know mine was like that. And I remember a game where if my teammate hadn't told him, put me in the game, I was never touching that floor. And I can't tell you why. I don't know.
Oh, the politics. That's one of the things I don't miss about playing. I was asked the other day, like my sister-in-law asked me, like, do you ever miss playing? And I was sat there just like, you know, like I miss like hanging out with my friends and like running up and down and playing, but I don't miss the politics of it's about who was up in the coach's office talking to them, or who coaches wanting to know who's sleeping with who or getting involved in our personal lives. And it was like, okay, I want to have a relationship with you, but I don't want you to know everything about me. Like there's boundaries. Like just because you domineer the majority of my life doesn't mean that I shouldn't be able to curate my narrative. And there should be boundaries between you and me. Like always, you're not my parent. Like you're not my parent. And even so, parents, boundaries need to be had. Like you shouldn't be in my walls, kind of thing. Right. And so like I don't miss that aspect of it, to where it was like not about basketball. It was about personal stuff. Yeah. It was like, okay, this has nothing to do with basketball. I don't want to talk to you about this. I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. And so that's a shame too, because I find like a lot of teammates, right? They not necessarily teammates, like people will try to manipulate that system, and they know it's not necessarily about basketball. Like you said, your overseas teammates, they knew they can manipulate the system and like I can get more playing time if I go talk to the coach. People know that, and so they'll manipulate the system and think, okay, well, I don't have to work harder than this person, even though this person is outplaying me. They're objectively better than me at the sport or at this position. I can just go talk to coach about it. Like there's that level of vindictiveness and stuff with the political aspect of it. It's
vindictive.
It's not it takes away the love for the game. Like it's not fun. It's not fun. It's like, no, I don't want to go get extra reps in because so and so is just gonna go tell coach that I shouldn't play. So like, why am I even doing
That's kind of where I was at. That's kind of where I got with that too, though.
Yeah.
Because matter of fact, when I was over there, I called my trainer. Well, I talked to my trainer and I was like, I talked to him. He said, do you, work out outside of practice? I said, no. And a lot of times, like with our gym, we share with the men's. In our gym, like it was a venue where they had concerts, all type of stuff always going on. Yeah. So it was that type of venue. So sometimes if it's not on the schedule, like you have to be on the schedule for this time, this happened and that happened. Like different people used to use the venue. So sometimes you didn't have access to that. And I didn't know anybody outside to go to like a different gym or whatever at the time. He was like, you know what? That's no excuse for you not to be in the gym outside of that. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I got to a point where I didn't even care. Just get me out of here. Like, I was just ready for those 7 months to be over with. I got to a point where I didn't care. Like, I stopped trying hard. It just, whatever it was, that's what it was going to be. I just stopped trying. Because I realized there's nothing I could do for you. There's nothing I could do to make you feel like you need to play, or whatever the case may be. There's nothing I could do. So I got to the point with that, and that was that was a tough time. But I didn't just up and leave because I was like, you know what, this is my first year playing professionally. Let me let it marinate. Let me give it some time. Maybe things will change. At one point, I felt like it was changing, but then it wasn't. Same old, same old.
All right. Well, before we transition, right, I want to elaborate more on the conditions you were playing in. I know we had spoken on the phone and texted a little bit about your living accommodations when you were overseas. Obviously, you're not in the United States, and so there's a different standard of like care and I guess living and different stuff. So like I guess as an American, like I feel privileged in that like the just like my living standards are different. We're probably very privileged and pampered in comparison to a lot of places. Like I can understand that. So how was your experience whenever you were playing in different countries? And like you said, like it's a culture shock. Like you're not used to certain things, right? So what was that like?
In Lithuania, it wasn't so much of a culture shock with the living. It was normal.
Okay.
Nothing that was too off the wall for me. It was normal. Morocco, it was deplorable.
Okay. Elaborate more, please.
Compared to what we're used to.
Yeah.
First of all, there's no air conditions in those apartments. The bathroom, I wish I can show the picture of the entire apartment. The bathrooms were terrible. The kitchen was nasty. Matter of fact, they had me sleeping on a rock hard solid mattress. My back was every day, wake up, back hurt. I was just uncomfortable all the way around. It was nasty.
Now, when you're saying like the mattress, was it just like a mattress on the floor? Or did it have like a bed frame?
It had a bed frame. Okay. Yeah, it had a bed frame. I just wasn't comfortable, and it's like they would ask me, what could we, put me in a hotel. That's the best thing y'all could do, and they don't understand what we mean by like, this is just not. It's not it. They didn't understand it.
Right.
They're like, well, how it is in America? I'm like, well, I can only just put into words how I live there. Y'all wouldn't understand because y'all don't know.
Yeah.
Y'all haven't been there to know how we actually live. So to them, it wasn't no problem. It's like it's nothing. But I couldn't get comfortable. I was just like about everything. Like I was like,
and I can understand if like other athletes, they go and they experience like this kind of like a standard of living. I don't want to say standard of living. I don't like saying standard of living.
It's a standard.
Yeah.
Because when you talk about different places, because everybody live a certain way.
Yeah, you're used to different accommodations, right? I can understand if like you said it was in Morocco. If your other teammates were like, oh no, this is fine. This is like regularly, like this is what it's like, right? It would have been nice for them to have given you a heads up, just so like hey, there's no AC, so you might want to bring like a portable fan or a portable air conditioner, or like this is kind of like things are different here than it is in America.
Mm-hmm.
So just like giving you a heads up of this is what you might need to feel more comfortable,
Yeah.
just making you more aware of your accommodations and how there might be a discrepancy there.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't like go in and you're like flabbergasted as, oh, I did not expect this, and this like automatically off to like a bad experience. Like you don't like going, like you're going to a hotel and you think that you booked like a decent hotel, and then you walk in and you're like, okay, this is not great, I need a different room, kind of thing.
Right.
So like it's nice to know before. It's like you're able to look online and stuff and just like getting a heads up, like being able to make a well-informed decision, you know? So you didn't get any pictures or anything, or this is where you're gonna be living or anything? They just put you somewhere?
So one of the girls I played with, she was there longer than me. She was another American. She sent me some pictures, but not everything. Because had I seen that bathroom, that would have turned me off immediately. I'm not.
What was so bad about the bathroom?
How could I put it into words?
Was it just dirty or what?
It was nasty, but okay, let me describe the shower, okay? So they have like it's like a standard, it's like what they would do outside but inside. So it's like a little square little thing, okay, and no curtain thing. You just stand in it. You just stand in it, and you just like spray yourself off. So the water get all over the floor. You know, like it's no. You know what I'm saying?
Sounds like a beach shower, like when you're getting sand off, like when you're at the beach. Yeah, okay.
Something like that. Yeah. That's the best way I can put it into words. And like the toilets, it just was different. I couldn't do it. One place we stood in, now the apartment was nice. This one we had went to travel on the road. The apartment was nice, but I don't want to take a shower with the toilet. You know what I'm saying? It was like how could I describe this shower? Because it wasn't that what I just described. It was just, say you know how we have half bathrooms? You just have the toilets, nothing else. But you have a shower head on the wall and you just take a shower, you know.
But then the water gets all over the toilet and the sink and stuff.
It's everywhere. Taking a shower.
And on all over the floor.
Yeah.
So like how do you like leave without your feet wet? If you
I used to use shower slippers. I never walked barefoot around her.
I'm like,
it was
wow.
It was deplorable. I was appalled.
Okay.
That people actually live like that. But to them it's normal. And another situation, we was actually on the road, not the apartment situation, but where they go into like restrooms, matter of fact, public restrooms or whatever. They go into this little stall or whatever, and they use the restroom on the floor. No toilet. Oh, I'm like, well, what if they have to, you know,
poop?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they do with that? I said, oh, I can't do this.
Okay.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it. Oh, God, I couldn't do it. I said, I didn't know how long I was going to last out there, but I knew I wasn't going to last too long.
Yeah, I can see how that would have been uncomfortable. I could definitely understand that.
That was a problem, and we had some other problems too. It was very unprofessional. Now, don't get me wrong, very, very nice people, like extremely nice, hospitable. That I didn't have a problem with this time around. Yeah. But it was just like the living situation, the comfort, like not investing into your Americans. Just that simple as that. Very unprofessional. The process of even getting there was a lot. Tell me about that. I know you had to take a couple of planes, right? Oh my God, that. But not only just that, just the date of me getting there kept getting pushed back, and it was just no answer for it. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? You have an agent to like mediate stuff? I did. So we worked with my agent specifically. He didn't orchestrate that deal, but we worked with another agent that got us that deal. So it wasn't a direct line with my agent. It was a different agent. So my agent really didn't have too much of control with that situation or whatnot. But my agent actually told me if I was you, I wouldn't go because there's too many red flags in the beginning. Yeah. And I didn't listen. I'm hard-headed. I'm the type of person I just got to find out on my own. Because if I want to do it, I'm going to do it. It don't matter what nobody says. Yeah. So I should have listened, but I didn't. And just the dates of me, like pushing everything back. I rushed to do so much stuff and y'all keep pushing it back, keep pushing it back, keep pushing it back. And then when I got there, these people had me on, it probably took me almost 3 days to get there. And it didn't have to because they were being cheap. So they had me fly into Fort Lauderdale. I stayed there overnight. And then that morning I flew to New York. I was there all day. all day. Then
Wait, Fort Lauderdale is in Florida, right?
yes.
Then you
Why?
flew to New York.
Why? Why not just straight to New York or straight to Europe or somewhere?
Yeah.
Then to them. Why
Okay.
not
Okay.
cheap?
Yeah.
It was the cheapest way for them.
Mm-hmm.
For them to not spend as much money. But I ended up spending the money. I probably paid, just that long trip, I probably paid more than what they paid for that ticket for bags, because it was just so many different airlines.
I mean, 7 months. You're gonna have a lot of bags.
I just did 2 actually.
Okay.
I had only 2 bags, but
Better than me.
they were expensive.
Yeah.
To pay for. Now, the first time I went overseas, I had 3 bags. And I was like, you know what? I didn't need all this stuff, because all the stuff I brought, I didn't need all that. So I was like, yeah, this time we bumping it down. I'm not bringing half the stuff I brought, because I'm not going to need it.
Right.
So I went to New York, was there all day. Then I flew into Casablanca. And then I rode a bus to Nador. Let me tell you the problem with this. So the communication was terrible. It was just no transparency the entire time, no honesty, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And now I was communicating with my other teammate. She was kind of telling me everything that was going on, the process, whatever they had going on, whatever. And she was like, don't be surprised if they put you on a bus. I said, they didn't tell me nothing about a bus. He keeps saying that they told me that somebody was going to come get me.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody came to get me, yes, but took me to the bus station. But they didn't tell me that I was getting on the bus. So it's not the problem wasn't that I got on the bus. It's the problem that y'all didn't tell me that. I'm in a different country. These people speak Arabic. Not many of them speak. Nobody spoke English, really, for real.
Wow.
So I'm by myself. I don't know what's going on. I don't know I don't know.
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me this. So when I text them about it, I'm like, why not tell me these things? Like,
right.
Just tell me, Girl, that was like a probably 9-8 hour drive.
Yeah.
Then when I got there, when it was time for us to go, the car wouldn't start.
It's one thing.
So,
fighting demons, man.
It was a lot, and I was so aggravated. I was just like so turned off about everything, just by that whole situation.
Right.
I'm like, I'm over it already. Y'all is on a thin line with me. You know what I'm saying? So, man, got there, saw the apartment and saw the other stuff. I was like, I can say the H word?
Yeah.
Hell. I said, hell no. So mind you, like, I am so tired. Like, I'm extremely tired from all of the traveling. When I seen that, baby, I wasn't tired no more. I got up. I'm like, I'm not, no, we got to do something about this. So my teammate woke up. She was telling me that she usually go to this gym, and then she usually shower with us. I was like, well, take me to the gym so I can go shower, because I need to take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
Not using this. So when did that? Yeah, it was a lot. Oh my God. And I would say this, I really think with that last experience, I decided, I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to play basketball under these certain conditions and circumstances just to get to wherever there is to go, wherever you're trying to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. And it really drained me. And I think now, like, I'm not ready. I don't want to say I'm waving that white flag, but I don't know if I'm going back. Maybe if I feel like it later down the line. But as of now, it's just, I'm getting older. It's time to get things going.
Yeah.
Basketball did what it could for me. It did a lot, and I appreciated why I had it. I wouldn't say that I still don't have it, because I could always go back and do. It's nothing to do that.
Yeah.
But right now, my focus is elsewhere. Now I have my moments where I miss the lifestyle. Like, I miss that a lot. Just the lifestyle, whatever it came with, other than that part, that side of it. But yeah.
So professionally, just like, out of, if you could rate playing professionally on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being horrible, 10 being the best experience of your life.
My experience? Should I? You know what? I'm gonna give him some grace. I'm gonna say a 3 for me.
3. Okay. And that's
I really want to give it a 1, but I'm gonna give it a 3 with grace.
Okay. Well, that was your experience.
My experience.
It would have been nice if they had given you more of a heads up. I mean, you saw the red flags, or your agent saw the red flags, but it'd been nice to like gotten more pictures and just like so you were able to like make a more informed decision. I understand that. So, if you had advice for someone that wants to go play professionally out of college overseas, what would you say to them?
I would say make sure that's something that you actually want to do, because not everybody does not have the experience I had. Some people have some great experiences. Actually, I've heard some great experiences. Everybody experiences vary, but if that's what you want to do, do it. But I would tell you this: it's not for the weak, and it's not for everybody. If you just want to do it for the experience, baby, have at it. But if you really like serious, you want to really play basketball, you care about your career, you want to really do things. Matter of fact, flip that around. If you want to do it for the experience, no. But if you really want to play basketball and do things with it, go. I would say that, because I mean, with basketball, it's gonna come the experience regardless.
Yeah.
Whatever the experience is. But if you just want to go because you want to just go to another country, you're going for the wrong reason. Because you might not run into the glitz and glams, the perfect experience. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Because really, honestly, that's your job to go play basketball anyways. So that's another thing that threw me off, because I'm like, especially with my first experience, my job is to play basketball. You're not allowing me to do my job. This is what I came here for. Now, everything else, like the living situation and all that, that was good. I have nothing to complain about with that. But because you stripped something else away from me, what I really came there for, that just completely destroyed the entire experience. Like, that just ruined the whole experience, because I came there to play ball.
Right.
So I was just adamant, like, and I kind of, after that situation happened, I didn't expect for me to have the best situation, like I would say, deal the next time, because now I got to start down and go back up. I was like, you know what? It's cool. I want to hoop. Like, I want to play basketball. I have too much left in me. At this point, I don't even care to get it out, because it's too much. And I had to ask for that peace for me to walk away when it's time to walk away, and knowing when it's time for me to walk away. But if I didn't walk away now, either my body was going to make me walk away, or it was going to be this. Like, just my experiences and me just feeling like, this is not, I don't want to do it in this manner, in this way. This is not how I want to do this. And if I can't do it the way I see fit, I don't want to do it, because I'm supposed to enjoy this. Yes, it's my job, but I'm still supposed to be having fun with this.
Right. You're not supposed to be made to hate it, especially if you didn't have the experience last year.
Exactly.
College,
I'm not forcing nothing. It's just, move on. One day I gotta go. One day I gotta let it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not easy, because you're so used to living. You're so used to living a certain way, and for that, all that to just drastically change,
right?
It's crazy. Like, even from us being in college, like, we lived a certain way. Like, our life, we didn't live I want to word this the right way. I don't want, not normal, we're normal, but the regular civilian way, I guess, if you want to say.
Yeah, no, like our college basketball experience was different from people that didn't play sports.
Didn't play sports, exactly.
It's completely different. I find the way we, as athletes, hold themselves even after sports are different from people that didn't play sports. It's like, your relationships are different.
Everything different.
The way you communicate is different.
Totally.
College sports, it changes you, and there's so many sacrifices you have to make.
Even leading up to that.
Yes, even because, like, while everybody else is having like a childhood, everyone else is like having those important experiences that kind of like make them who they are, like
their
going
freedom,
into their freedom,
actually able to find themselves and
know who they are. Yeah.
As for us,
athletes
it's so late.
Yeah, very, very late.
It's like difficult once you transition.
Yes. Sorry, I started glitching there. I'm a little tired, but like, it's very, very tough, like figuring out who you are, because you have to put that on hold until after you finish. Like, I mean, as a college athlete, like, two, we're kind of taught like we're not supposed to have feelings, right? We're supposed to shove those down, be mentally tough, and kind of put
while you're
everything
on
back
that
then.
flow, yeah,
Exactly.
put everything on the back burner while we got
Exactly.
this going. Yeah.
Exactly. And but a part of like knowing who you are is being able to rationalize your emotions and like, okay, I feel this way because of this experience that I had, and just kind of sitting with your feelings and kind of piecing things together. And we never were afforded that grace when we were in college, or at least like growing up, because the moment we tried to like be emotional or be vulnerable, like vulnerability to athletes is bad. Yeah, we're told to suck it up, rub some dirt on it. Vulnerability is seen as a bad thing, you know. And so like when I say that we hold ourselves differently in comparison to other people, like, yeah, it is we're considered more tough, right? But I find that like me being a college athlete, which is can be completely different from your experience, it's just me talking here, but like I'm an emotional repressor. Like I shove those things down. I don't want anybody to see me vulnerable or cry or anything. But then other people that I've seen that haven't played college sports kind of got that like normal upbringing a little bit, like got to figure out who they are. It's kind of like, okay, they feel more comfortable like being different or sharing vulnerable spaces and stuff with like athletes, especially like playing in college at the elite level. It's kind of like, hey, you're not supposed to be emotional. You have to carry yourself a certain way. Like nothing can hurt me. Nothing. I have to wear this suit of armor all the time. But in reality, like I'm a human being. I shouldn't have to do that. Exactly. I should be allowed to just relax and be human and be warm and fuzzy and mushy inside sometimes. I don't have to be like this callous individual. So yeah, it is isolating experience. It's emotionally, it's detrimental a lot of these times. Yeah,
we're definitely sheltered from the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's a great term for it. Sheltered,
which is why we don't experience life until later on. Like I hear people say all the time, like when we was in college, all the time, man, we got bills, we got all this. We don't have none of that. Like, we living it like it's golden.
Like, I'm about to go to law school, right? I didn't know how financial, I don't know a little bit. I'm about to go to law school, and I don't know how financial aid works or loans and stuff. And so it's just like, I'm having to do a whole lot of Googling and texting my friends and be like, my friends that were my classes, like, hey, guys, how do loans work? I don't understand. Like, I don't. And yeah, I feel privileged in that I never had to worry about those financial aspects. That's amazing. But too, even at our first school, we were paying bills though. We were off campus and we had to pay bills.
Not without, the money they gave us to pay.
Yes.
Not money that I would say, it was our money because that's the money they allotted us, but they basically paid for it.
And, I would argue too, just with the standard of living that we were having in college, playing basketball, right, with the training room, with the facilities and everything, that was privileged and probably sheltered in comparison to what you saw in like Lithuania and Morocco and stuff. So like there's a level of privilege to it, yes. But when I'm talking about like social development, I feel like that's where we are lagging behind a little bit because we're always in the public eye. We have to fit a certain narrative for our teams and our coaches. And so like, if we mess up one time, we go to a party, someone sees us drinking or something. Everybody has a phone. Pictures. Coaches got pictures. So you're constantly scared all the time. Am I where I'm supposed to be right now? Am I saying the right things? Someone's gonna go snitch on coach. Like I can't be a normal person. I can't like have these opinions because if I don't have the same opinions as my coach or my program, oh my gosh.
Their beliefs,
yeah. It goes downhill. Like you can't control your own narrative.
That's exactly, it's basically control for you. You're told what to do. You be here, you be there. Everything is sorted out for you. So when that's over, life feel like it's like a chaos. Like everything just went haywire.
Whoa, and then who am I? Whoa, what do I like to do? I'm only used to going to the gym and then going to class and only hanging out with other athletes. So I only really know how to connect with other athletes. How do I talk to other people, Because the majority of people are not like they were not college athletes. So like, how do I talk to someone that never played or or came from like a musically inclined family or like they do music or they do art or they do different aspects, right? I only know how to talk to athletes. I only know like how to connect with these certain kind of people because it's so isolating.
I struggle with that now.
You do?
I'm socially awkward. I don't like to talk to people. I don't mind talking to people, but you'll never find me going to a place and just go up to somebody and have a conversation. I'm going to go where I'm going, get done when I got to get done, and I'm gone. You won't hear nothing from nothing. Like, and I don't want to be like that because it's, you need to be able to socialize with people.
Yeah.
And the thing that I want to do, the things I want to do now, I have to do a lot of networking. You know how uncomfortable that is for me? It's extremely uncomfortable to just talk to people.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to. And it's like, because I never really had to.
Mm-hmm.
All I had to deal with the people that was around me. And that's like my teammates. Which is easy. Like we can relate. Like everything we got going on is similar. I can relate to those people easily.
Right.
Now, like, I don't go out or anything like that. That's something I never really enjoy doing, like ever for real. But it's just things like that. Like, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy being around a lot of people.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. And I know COVID didn't help with any of that because we were away from everybody. We were isolated. And like, I didn't know how to talk to people after COVID. Like, I wasn't allowed to be around anybody. I did a whole semester of college on Zoom because I didn't want to go to class because I didn't want to talk to people. Just like, because I had such bad social anxiety. I was like, I can't do this.
Yes,
like,
I have that.
I don't.
Terribly.
And so it was like, so I understand that. But I feel like, I think in my case, what helped me a whole lot was when I went to grad school.
Mm-hmm.
And in my grad school, our learning environment was very book club-esque.
Okay.
So like we would read a book, the whole class would read the same book or the same series of books, and we'd sit around and have to talk to one another about it and present in front of everybody. And we got like participation grades based on that stuff and how we contributed or how well we contributed to the conversation. So it kind of forced all of us out of our shells of like
to talk.
And not just like socialize, but like socialize academically to where like we were having to critically think in front of each other and build off of one another. So like that helped me. It really did force me out of my shell and be able to like to talk to people. But it's hard. It's hard because not everybody's in that environment. Not everybody goes and gets that. Not everyone's going to go get a history degree, right?
Yeah.
People are going to be in different aspects that are not. Sorry, Peyton is behind the camera. Peyton has a history degree. Shout out to Peyton. Guys, we need to wrap it up. We're going to head to the penalty box, and I'll catch you back in just a second. Hey, guys, welcome to the penalty box. Today, we will be talking about the controversy going on right now with the University of Tennessee's player Kaya Wynn leaving her basketball program right before the SEC tournament. And a lot of this has stipulated around senior night. She wrote in social media that wasn't the specific reason why she left the team. We'll give you more context when we read her social media statement. I haven't necessarily been keeping up too much with college basketball. I mean, that's bad on my part. I just been really, really busy. But as someone that played at the highest level collegiate sports, I know the importance of senior night. And so I completely understand why this girl feels the way she does. So I want to talk about it with Keedy, and we kind of give our take on the situation. And it's a controversial one. It's been all over my algorithm lately. And after researching some stuff, it's kind of like, I feel for her. So I'm going to read her statement that she posted on social media right now. I think she posted this on Instagram. Her Instagram is private now, so I can't look at the actual thing she posted, but I'm seeing a repost, so I'm reading the repost. She posted a picture of herself waving on her senior night with flowers, and she says, "The news has now broken that I have decided to step away from the Lady Vol program. This decision was not made lightly or instantly. For the past 5 years, I have given my all for Tennessee and have not regretted doing so once. Obviously, my last 2 seasons on the team have been less than ideal for many reasons, but the one night I was most looking forward to was senior night. As someone who has never started a career game, I was hoping to start in my last appearance in Thompson Bowling." Is that how you say it? Bowling? The name of the arena. That obviously did not happen, and to be asked to check into the game with 15 seconds left while losing was not how I wanted to spend my final moments in my arena after 5 years. Although that was not the sole reason, it was the breaking point for me. I have the utmost love and respect for my teammates and this program and wish everyone nothing but the best. Thank you, Lady Vol Nation, for the past 5 years. You all made this kid from Tennessee so extremely happy. So that is Kaya's statement that she made, right? And we'll go next to the interview of her head coach, Kim Caldwell. Am I saying? Caldwell. We'll go next to Kim Caldwell's talk correctly. Sorry. We'll go next to Kim Caldwell's interview that she had with reporters, and they asked about Kaya leaving. So let's go into that, and we'll embed this video, and then we're going to talk about it, of course. Okay, so this is her talking to reporters.
Yeah, I haven't really dove into the public conversation about it. We'll miss her. She was loved in this program, and again, we respect her decision, but we kind of have to turn the page and focus on the SEC tournament.
And I know last year during the term, I believe you said that she was a great piece for the locker room. So are you concerned at all about just how this might affect the team going into postseason?
Yeah, I think we have been resilient all year, and we're just another situation where we're going to have to continue to do that.
Did that catch you off guard at all, or was it kind of something that you could see coming?
It kind of caught me off guard.
She called senior night a breaking point for her. Was there anything during the year that you saw this coming for that relationship to deteriorate to the point where she leaves the program?
Not that I see other than playing time. The future?
Okay, I think that's all she talks about when she talks about when leaving the program. So, Katie, what is your initial take after reading the student-athlete's perspective and then hearing from the coach?
I think she was brave to actually even speak out about it, even though she didn't go into greater detail as to all the things that led up to that point of her making that decision. Very brave to even do that. I feel like, I mean, depending on the situation, whether anyone think that should have resulted in her just walking away, we don't know what she dealt with being a part of that program or what she had going on. But to not play on your senior night, it's kind of wild. You know, that's your night. That's a night for seniors. Like, we all know that. Like, this is their night. We're going to honor them and, you know, for the time that they played, you know, here at our university or whatever the case may be. And her feelings are valid. You know, we wait 4 to 5 years, however long you stay in school, to have a senior night. You know, this is it. We want to at least play, you know, be able to do at least that.
Like, that's the climax of your college career, right? That's it. Like, my last game was my senior night of, like, me playing college basketball ever. Right. And that's the culmination of your entire life, like a sport that you've played since childhood. Up until that point, like, that's senior night's a big deal. Well, I completely understand the perspective that people are coming from and saying, you know what, well, coaches play to win, they're not entitled to any playing time. But also, you got to understand that's the culmination of their entire career, and you can coordinate senior night. Like, there are practices beforehand, and you can play your seniors at least for like 20 seconds or like a minute, right? Because like, games are not won and lost in the first 2 minutes of a game. You can put, and we're talking about SEC level players, right? They're not mid-major players. They're not like and I say that because we were mid-major players. Yeah. But like the SEC, like, those big schools, like, they have the cream of the crop, right? And so they're all very, very talented, very, very good players. And you can coordinate that in practice and be like, okay, this is the rotation. Our seniors are going to go in, even if they don't play all together, right? They can go in at different times. And so you can alleviate some pressure in certain areas. If someone's not necessarily a ball handler, okay, well, I'll leave this person in to alleviate the pressure here. Like, your seniors don't have to play together as long as they all just kind of get in a rotation,
have their moment,
right? And they all deserve that, right? Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I completely understand that. But also, I felt that the head coach's statement also was, I felt like she did a good job. Like, you don't know what's going on behind the scenes, right? But she was right in that, like, they can't focus on one player leaving. It's like someone getting hurt, right? You can't, like, lament and be so, yeah, it sucks. It's a very like a strong thing for your program if someone gets hurt, but also you have to be able to make adjustments and turn a page and focus on what's next. And that was the SEC tournament. So I understand what she's saying there, but also with Wynn talking about that wasn't the sole reason, like that it was a breaking point. There had to have been other factors that went in. And from the outside, like we don't know what's going on in their program. And it is important to mention that they had 5 seniors. So it was very possible for all the seniors to get at least some time, to be able to play. So yeah, I understand her feelings on that matter. And I do think it should have been better coordinated by the coaching staff of, okay, this is how we're going to rotate our seniors in, even for like not 1 minute at a time, like 30 seconds at a time or something, just so they are able to have their moment, That's my opinion. Senior night is just really, really important.
Yeah. And some people have family that come in and see them play on senior night specifically.
Yes. I mean, senior night, for people that are not in college athletics or I've never like had a senior night before, like you are usually honored at half court before the game with your family. Everybody walks out. You usually get flowers. Your team decorates the locker room and stuff. And you get your jersey, like with your number on it and everything. I got a portrait of myself. And so like it's important. It's like it's a big deal. Like this is the end. And there's a lot of emotions, a lot of tears. It finally signifies like, this is a part of my life that this chapter is now closing and I'm getting honored for it. So her feelings are valid, especially spending 5 years at the same program, having to go through injuries and I do want to make a point too, like within the last 6 or 7 years, right? You have the transfer portal era that's going on right now, right? So she could have left at any point, but she stayed. She stayed. So that goes to show her character of like, I'm going to stay at this university and be loyal to this university, which I used the transfer portal 3 times. There's things going on that were beyond my control that I needed to leave. Like it was like deuces, like out of here, right? But she stayed for 5 years. The girl deserved the most honorable senior night possible. Like she's been here. She's there longer than anybody else has. Like she was deserving of more respect than that. So I understand her stepping away. Cause like too, you don't know how far into the tournament you're going to go, or that's so many more practices, that's so many more weeks, that you could be playing. So I can understand like, okay, that was it for me. I can't do this anymore. I have to choose me. Hey, I get it.
I respond, yeah.
I get it. Katie, do you have anything else to contribute to that? It's all over the internet right now, and people are going back and forth, but I'm seeing a whole lot of people that never played sports talk about it, and it was like,
be quiet.
I really don't understand like the importance of senior night. Yeah, it's a really, really big deal. Like it's way bigger deal in college than whenever you played in high school. It's a big thing.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of the penalty box, and let's go get back to the show. All right. So I know we need to wrap up a little bit, but I do want to speak to Katie about what we both experienced at our first school together, our first college basketball experience. And now people think when I talk about this stuff, like I'm exaggerating, but now I have like a firsthand witness to talk about what we experienced. Like I'm not exaggerating. Like this actually happened. So like Katie, so how did you like our first school, bud?
I hated it.
Me too.
I was not happy. I hated it. You know what? During my time there, I hated basketball too. And I thought I was going to be to a point of no return after that. Oh God, I hated it.
What specific things made you hate it?
First of all, I don't feel the culture was terrible.
Yeah.
There was a lot of drama, those sort of things that doesn't make it any fun. And our coach was kind of nuts.
Kind doesn't understand that. This man
kind of nuts. The things that will come out of his mouth were insane. Like, why are you saying that to somebody's child? I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff, it was so shocking. It was funny at the time. And I'm like, damn.
Like, did he really just say that? Yeah.
Serious, really serious.
Yeah. I talk about how I had a coach tell me that I was a nonchalant, worthless piece of shit that didn't give a fuck about my teammates. Excuse my language, sorry. Katie was there for that. She was there for that. That happened in real time. And the story, how that went, right? I actually got called that because of Katie.
I'm the reason.
She's the reason. So like, here's what happened, right? So we're on the road and we're on the bus. I think we had just lost this basketball game, or it was after a press shoot around or something.
It was a practice or something.
Practice, yeah. We're on our way back to the hotel, right? We're on the bus and bus gets parked and our coach starts talking. And Katie is sitting in the back of the bus. I'm sitting like more towards the middle, right? And Katie has her headphones on. I didn't know Katie had her headphones on, right?
And I didn't know he was talking.
And she didn't know, the people that were around her didn't know he was talking. No, the people around.
They didn't tap me nothing to say, hey, he's talking, take your earphones off. So I was completely in the blind. I didn't know.
She did not know that he was talking at all. It was wrong for them not to tap you.
Yeah, because why? If you're sitting around me, y'all my teammates, like, that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. Like,
let us know, right? And yeah, even though we're freshmen, you know, and how'd it go? Oh yeah, so the coach told us, okay, right when we get off the bus, we're going to go watch film. Immediately get off the bus, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do, but we're going to go watch film.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Katie got her headphones in. She doesn't hear this. And at that school, we would room with whoever our roommate was back at home, right? And Katie and I were roommates. And we're like,
yeah,
so cool. And so I just thought Katie had heard him. And so I walked straight to the meeting room in the hotel where we're going to watch film. And we're all just sitting there. And we ended up like, everyone's like, hey, where's Katie? Where's Katie? And so everyone's asking me, Nicole, where's Katie?
I don't even think, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I don't even think Coach noticed that I wasn't in there. Somebody, they said,
love that.
Was I supposed to say that name?
Oh, no, you weren't. We'll cut it out. We'll cut that out.
All right. I don't even think our head coach, I don't think he didn't notice that I wasn't there. I think another one of the coaches, like, noticed and said something.
Yeah, probably. And then everyone was like, where's Katie? Where's Katie? And so the other coaches started asking, where's Katie? Where's Katie? And I was like, I'm calling her. I'm texting her. She was on the bus. I'm assuming she heard. Like, I didn't know, right? And they started yelling at me like it was my fault that you weren't down there. And so we watched film, and I thought, okay, well, Katie missed film because you had gone up there, and Katie got straight in the shower, so she wasn't answering her phone or anything.
Yeah.
And so we get out, and then like the next time we meet as a team, right? Our head coach lights into me. Did he light into you at all? He didn't light into you. He lit into me. Okay, so now it's automatically my fault. It's my fault that so I was you're a nonchalant, worthless piece of shit. Doesn't give a fuck about your teammates. I was like, making people. I made you a birthday omelet. I would be making brownies for my teammates on their birthdays. I'm a big lover girl. I can't help it. Like I'm like we're all in hell together. I'm just trying to make it okay for us, right? That's where that came from. That's where that story comes from, and it was because of this lovely woman right here.
Yeah, but he did make me run around the arena after. But I'm like, I really didn't intentionally miss.
Yeah, it was not purpose.
I didn't know. Oh, I ran around that arena though. When we got back home for practice, after practice, I had ran around the arena. But I don't understand this. I got all these other teammates around me, sitting around me. And now, maybe they didn't see that maybe they didn't pay attention and see that my headphones was on either. Maybe they didn't, honestly. But my thing is, you sitting behind me, you have to see the back of my head. So I'm like, dang, like nobody couldn't tap me and say nothing, but maybe to their defense, they might have didn't pay attention to it and see that I didn't have they probably didn't see that I had the headphones on. Just point blank period. They just probably didn't see. But all these people around me on this bus, ain't nobody said he coming to the back talking, put your headphones on. But I mean, freshman mistake, rookie mistake,
yeah.
I think I got put out of film a few times.
Yes, yeah.
Times, I would say, because a few, maybe more than a couple.
Yes, which I had never experienced film like that before. Like in high school, we'd watch film every once in a while, okay? But specifically at that first school, and like in comparison to the film I'd watch in my second and third school, things were way different in comparison to that first school because film was always we had like a film room, right? Mm-hmm. And our coach would sit there and we'd have like, there'd be the TV and then we had the whiteboard and you'd sit there for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm not joking on that, like time wise. We'd sit there for an hour and 15 minutes with the lights completely off. And he's just cussing us out the entire time, going one by one by one by one. Boom, 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 boom. I'm gonna make you feel like you are horrible. Like he'd say stuff like that. And like we'd have as the film would go, like the transition in between clips, right? What would some of the things say, Kitty?
What the are you doing?
Mm-hmm. What the hell is this? Just saying that, and like we can sit back and laugh at it, right? We can sit back and laugh because we know he was crazy. But like on a very, very serious note, like your coaches are your mentors, they're your teachers. So like in my mind, whatever my coach tells me is correct. Like back then it was like, okay, your coach can say and do no wrong because they're in this position for a reason. This guy has won multiple championships. He knows how to do it right. This is what he says goes and what he says is true, right? So whenever he looks at me, he says, you're a worthless piece of shit. Who doesn't give an F about their teammates kind of thing, right? Or on the video thing, it says, what the F are you doing? Or this effing sucks, or you suck, you're horrible, all this stuff. I internalized that so much. So yeah, no, I didn't think I was a good basketball player. I was like, oh my gosh, I do suck. This is not fun. I want to go home. Like, I'm not having a good time. Like, all of this stuff. And it's just like, no, Division I athletes. Only like 1% of high school athletes go D1.
Okay, I didn't know that.
It's like 1% or 2%. I didn't know that number. It's a very, very small percentage is my point, right? We're gonna correct that. But like we were all really good basketball players. He was just like a pretty malicious character. Because not a good person.
Man, he had me. He told you
the kneecaps.
What, Nicole? Are you gonna guard our damn kneecaps? Man, I'm like, what?
That was funny. That was funny. That was funny. I was like,
hey, bro, what?
What are you talking about? And like, I've always had bad knees, right? My knees were always hurting, right? And this coach specifically would, there's so many NCAA violations in that program. So many.
Oh my God.
So many. Like, I'm telling you, we'd have 5.
Yeah.
He can't.
Nor did the people around him either, because I mean, he was winning. They let him do what.
Banners in the gym, that means no rules apply to you, right? So we'd be on the court 5-hour basketball practice, 5 hours, right? And that's not counting the hour of weights and then an hour and 15 minutes of film that we were getting cussed out.
Felt like an hour and a half,
right? But we were talking about you getting put out of film. So I'm an hour and 15 minutes of film in a dark room, and Katie, but which all of us were sleepy. All of us were sleepy, really, really tired. It's really understandable. Kitty, what would you do?
I fell asleep. But listen, everybody that knows me, I go to sleep at the drop of a dime.
And you snore.
For real?
Yeah. You're either breathing heavy. No, like in film. So we're like, it would be quiet, like in between us getting cussed out. It'd be like
y'all never told me that.
It's like, and like, I'd be falling asleep too. I never got caught. I remember one time I was in a one-on-one film session with one of our assistant coaches up in his office, and I fell asleep. And it was just us talking, and the computer was right here. And he was like, wake up. I'm sorry. My bad. That's all me, coach. But like in those big film sessions, right? When you were falling asleep, those so funny.
For real?
I'm not joking, man. I had this pen because we had our notebooks, remember?
Yeah.
And we'd have to be writing in our notebooks and taking notes, and he would check our notebooks if we weren't checking notes or anything. Yeah. Over film. So it's like, okay, what the F are you doing? Okay, this title of the slide is what the F am I doing? Okay, so this is how I suck. Okay, gotcha. He says okay, I'm guarding their kneecaps. Okay, don't do that. All right, gotcha. Right? Have this notepad and this pen. I'd have my pen, and I'm not joking. I would be hitting myself with my pen, and I'd have these bruises on my leg. Might be self-harm, but I wasn't doing it because I was depressed. But I was trying to stay awake, so it was just like, okay, stay awake. So I'd have pin marks and bruises on my side because I was just, I'm awake.
But you know what? I sat in between. I'm not gonna say the name.
Yeah, don't say the name.
Well, I sat in between certain people.
Uh-huh.
And I know, like, when we into film, like, nobody's not looking at me every second. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll be like,
Wake
you know
up.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But, bruh, like, y'all know I fall asleep.
Yeah, someone's got to watch her.
Just even if you don't know if I'm sleeping, I just hit me, like, because I'm going to fall asleep. I'm going to fall asleep. I can't help it.
And it's not on purpose. It's not. We're not. I'm not in film trying to take a snooze. Like, I'm not trying to. This is not my time to do that. Because I know I'm gonna get freaking berated if I do fall asleep, or I have to go run for punishment. Like, I'm trying to stay awake. But when we have 5-hour basketball practices, an hour of weights, an hour 15 of film, and then on top of having classes,
So like I practiced already.
Yeah, and then we have individuals too. Remember, individuals are shooting groups in the morning, and then shooting groups in the morning, and then sometimes we'd have individual practices with our position coach. So it was like a good 8 hours of just straight athletic activity.
Oh my God. Too long.
Yeah. Every day. I'm exhausted. So I'm saying, like, NCAA violations, like, nobody, like, there's like a 20-hour limit kind of thing. There's a week though. Yeah. Not a 20 hours a week. Like, there's certain stipulations that you're supposed to have in season and out of season. And your compliance officers are supposed to be monitoring that.
They didn't give it.
They didn't care. They didn't care. They let him do whatever he wanted to. And, like, that's bad too, because you're showing them he can do whatever he wants. But too, like, your athletes, their bodies need rest time. He didn't believe in that.
He didn't care about that either.
Remember how he said that stretching was, we weren't allowed to stretch?
Yeah, just straight into it.
Yeah, he said getting shots up is stretching. Getting shots up is stretching. You don't need practice time to stretch. And even when we'd go out to try to stretch early kind of thing, he would say, well, why are you getting shots up? I was like, Coach, I need to stretch. I'm tight here. Like, no, get shots up. And so we'd have to go stretch in the training room where he couldn't see.
Yeah, and
he didn't believe in stretching.
Make that any better. I let him train at the time. He just, whatever that man said went.
Yep.
Even if he knew it wasn't right and he knew we should do this, if that man said do this, that was going to get done.
That's another conflict of interest that I feel like needs to be discussed upon more, because, like, your athletic trainer should be completely independent from the coaching staff.
Yeah.
I mean, and in reality, they're supposed to be, right? They don't work for the coaching staff. They should have the coaching staff has no say in the medical stuff of the athletic trainer, right?
It shouldn't. And
I've seen so many times athletic trainers get cussed out by coaches or being in front of athletes
doing their job,
like doing what they're supposed to do and protecting their athletes. And on the other side of that, you see athletic trainers that don't want to get berated or emasculated or just like feel like they're small or little. Yeah. In front of the players or like the head coach, like getting just berated and stuff. No one likes getting in your face drill sergeant and cussed out. I'm a grown ass person. I'm the athletic trainer. I don't work for you. I'm trying to protect the athletes. I'm getting cussed out by someone. You're not my boss, you know?
Right.
So on the other side of that, we see athletic trainers like doing what the coach wants instead of what they think is best for the athletes, because they know they get in trouble.
They should be. And if anything, not once somebody get hurt, now you back down it though. Well, why you didn't? Well, I tried that, you know. You didn't allow me to do my job. This is what I specialize in. That's what you specialize in. That should never cross. Like, you should never tell me.
I need this person to play. I need this person to play. And then, okay, they have a concussion. I'm not going to reduce their concussion protocol. Like, and it puts them in a very, very uncomfortable position. And then you have the athletes just like, okay, I can play through it. I can play through my injury and everything.
The coach, just to keep their coach happy.
I'm going to put my body at risk, the body that I only have one of, right? That I'm going to have the rest of my life. I'm going to put that at risk because my coach is going to make me feel bad, and my coach might berate my athletic trainer. So, like, you're in a bad position. That's what's called exploitation.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's wrong on so many levels. So specifically, I remember at that school we shared, right? I remember our athletic trainer being a good person, genuinely good person, but put in a really, really bad position. And I will give him grace in that. And to like, the culture of the athletic program was really, really bad, and that the head coach could do whatever he wanted to. So he had the athletic trainer just like
everything about
whipped.
The school.
You know, so he had everybody in that, like, everybody wrapped around his finger. He's like, okay, back-to-back conference championships, NCAA tournament bids, kind of thing. I was like, that's amazing, but if you're not doing it right, then what's the point? You know, like, you have way more athletes that hate you than want to play.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you won championships. Yeah, I'm not, there's no doubt in my mind he knew basketball. Like, of all the schools that I went to, he was the most basketball savvy, for sure. Absolutely. But, like, he didn't make it to where his players wanted to win for him. Like, berating your players and making them feel worthless and making them feel like they're not good enough to play. I mean, that affects their mental health and just their whole psyche and their love for the sport. And so it was just, it was horrible.
It was a mess.
It was horrible. It was horrible. Getting sent out of film because you fell asleep.
I feel like film should not exceed 30 minutes. Because not only...
No one's locked in for that long, like watching. Nobody is.
After a while, you're going to drift off somewhere else because I know I'm like that. After a while, if it's not something that interests me, I'm no longer paying attention to that.
I'm not getting anything out of it.
I'm just, I'm literally just here. Like, you talking about, I don't hear what you're saying. Like, you know, it's too long. 30 minutes, no film should exceed 30 minutes. I'm sorry. For
me to have to be stabbing myself with my pen to keep myself awake, we are not doing it correctly. Like, I'm awake. I'm awake. Somebody wake you up. I'm aware of stress. Perpetually, like, and the notebooks were crazy too. The notebooks.
Oh my God.
The notebook. I burnt mine. I burned my notebook.
I don't know what mine is.
I burnt mine.
I threw it away. I don't know, but it was full.
Yeah, because we weren't writing it, we'd get in massive trouble.
Some days I didn't know what to write because sometimes it didn't apply to me, but still I'm like, okay, what am I writing?
And I remember one time I counted how many plays we had, and it was over 100 plays, and you'd expect us to remember plays from like 3 months ago that we
don't even go over. Run through.
Like, okay, gotcha, coach. Cool.
That was. Oh God.
Okay, well, I just wanted to give some tidbits, some little story time, some tea there for what we went through. There is plenty more, but of course, Keaty and I have trauma blocked a whole lot because we've grown up and tried to move on. But it's important for us to talk about this stuff because if you're a coach that does this, I'm telling you right now, as an athlete,
report they beat. Report them. That's what y'all. You know what? Athletes need to start speaking up for themselves nowadays because it's a lot of stuff like.
I tried.
You know, it's a lot of things that go on.
Oh man!
And you straddle. I think because I was an athlete before, you kind of straddle against the light as if anything's going to be done about it.
Especially when you have like in our program, right, our athletic department. Everyone was at that coach's like beck and call, right? Like, so if you went in to report them, nothing would happen, you know? And like, I'm telling you, at my last school, I know I reported my coaches at least 3 times and my other teammates had reported them too. And to our Title IX coordinator, but like, there's only so much power that person has. And like reported, the athletic director knew, everyone knew, but nothing changed because of just, it would make them look bad if they did an investigation.
Bad. Correct. Just trying to save an image instead of
protecting the athletes, protecting your investments, right? Because then you only see us as
an investment.
As investment, you don't see us as a human being. Yeah, it's just meat. We're processing meat. It doesn't care. The meat doesn't have feelings.
They're a check. That's who we are.
They're a check. They're not. They're bank deposits. They're not like actual human beings worthy of dignity and respect. So
take them on the hell if you want to.
Yeah, and call it tough coaching, and then if they hit the transfer portal, they're soft or they're not loyal to the program, right?
That's exactly
no, no. Actually, you're not a good person that I don't want to play for you.
It shows me, and baby, choose you all the time. Nothing, no place. I don't care how good the program is, how good that coach is. I don't care. No place is worth going through that amount of scrutiny, emotional trauma. For nobody. If you gotta go. Leave. Who cares what they got to say? Go.
And I was saying this before, like, if you're a coach that feels that to get the most out of their athletes, you need to berate them and demoralize them and stuff, like, seek therapy. That's the only advice that I have for you, because like what you're doing is wrong and unethical. And if you're an athlete that is experiencing that kind of treatment, I very much implore you to report them. Tell them. No one likes the pressure of social media because it gets out pretty fast. If you're an athlete that wants to use social media to get your point across, to curate that narrative, I would talk to the press, do stuff. If you feel like you have no control over your circumstance right there and that there's no hope for you, know that there is, and that you just have to get outside of that bubble and find sources that will listen to you, because other people, like normal people that are not within the culture of athletics, when I tell my NARP friends, non-athletic regular people, about my horror stories about basketball and stuff, they're like, oh no, that is so wrong. We would have told this person, this. Like, everybody else knows it's wrong. It's just that we've been so conditioned within the grind culture, the sports culture, to think that we need to be treated like that. When it's you don't need to be treated like trash or demoralized and every day and emotionally abused. Like, other people know that it's wrong. If you can get emotionally abused by romantic partners and you can get emotionally abused by your boss at your workplace, emotionally abused by your parents and everything, it happens in your coaching staff too. Like, everybody can
you're gonna experience in some type. You may experience it in some type of form of way.
Right.
You know,
it's not only
your choice to not deal with it and put up with it.
It's not reserved to a specific archetype. When those power dynamics are exploited, like, anyone can be subject to emotional abuse, and it happens so much to student athletes. So if you are a coach that feels that is necessary, therapy, because that is just, I don't have anything else for you, because like it's just wrong. You need to do some self-evaluation in yourself and ask yourself why you feel that you need to make yourself feel big, and in order to do that, to make others feel small. Like, that's something internally that you just need to fix, and you got a lot going on there that needs professional help.
Yeah, my advice: find a new profession, because
you don't need to be working with young people.
Working with people where you have an impact on their lives, and for you to be the person that tears them down,
it's wrong. You wouldn't want somebody talking like that to you.
And a lot of them have kids,
which is crazy.
Do you want somebody to treat your kids the way you treat somebody else's kid?
No.
So
there's a lot of things wrong with that. But all right, guys, that's going to be the end of our show. Keedy, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for flying down.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for being a wonderful roommate and teammate.
No problem. Likewise.
But Keedy, thank you so much for being here. You did a wonderful job, and we got to have you on again eventually. I know this is a long trip for you, but we loved having you, so thank you.
Thank you. And I don't mind coming whenever. Just call me.
I'm sure everybody would love that. But guys, all right, so remember, no matter where you are in your journey, you are more than enough.
Always.
Let's see y'all later.